Hi, Terry VanNoy. Welcome to Math Class with Terry V. Hope this video helps you out, and if you enjoy it, please share it, comment, or like it. And you can also go to my website, MathPowerLine.com. It's a math resource blog, lesson videos for students, and other resources for parents and teachers. Give me a call or go to my website or email. All right, let's go to today's lesson. So, multiplying fractions. As you can see by my diagram, I have in orange here 1/3, 1 part out of 3 shaded in. Now, the very easy, simple idea I want you to start with is when you see a fraction of a fraction, you use the word of, or at least you think that concept, 1/2 of 1/3. Okay? You need to think of the word of as a multiplication. I'm going to use a dot for multiplication. So here's 1/3 in orange. What's 1/2 of that? Well, if I go ahead and take half of that, and I'm looking at that blue area there, notice that what happens is that circled area right there in blue is 1 out of 6. Okay, so you can see what happens is that we multiply the 1 times the 1 on top and the 2 times the 3 on the bottom. So the very first concept I would like to get to today is that when you're taking a fraction of a fraction, that is multiplication. Now let's take a look at some other examples. So in the upper right I have 1/9 times 9/10. Alright, now the obvious idea of course is to multiply straight across. Numerator times numerator, 1 times 9. Denominator times denominator, 9 times 10 is 90. However, as you know, or should know, we need to simplify all of our answers. Okay? Here's a different way of doing it. If I have a 9 on the bottom and a 9 on the top, they have to be comparable, a numerator compared to a denominator, top to bottom. If they're the same number or have a common factor, then this is called canceling. So I cross them out and I think to myself, 9 divided by 9 is 1. And this 9 divided by 9 is 1. Okay, so I do that division in my head and then I see what's left. This 1 times that 1 is going to equal 1. And this 1 times that 10 is going to equal 10. So as you can see, my official answer is 1/10, which I could get also from simplifying 9/90ths. Alright, so let's go ahead and try that simplification idea, canceling down here. So if I look at the 8 and the 16, I could divide a 2 out of each number, but let's think bigger, because the bigger factor you can divide out, the faster and the fewer steps it takes to do this. So I noticed that 8 and 16 both have a common factor of 8. So 8 divided by 8 is 1, 16 divided by 8 is 2. Now look at the 7 and the 21. By the way, they don't not have to be diagonally across from each other. They could be directly on top of each other. In this case, we have a 7 on the bottom and a 21 on the top, and there is a common factor of 7. So 7 divided by 7 is 1, 21 divided by 7 is 3. Now it becomes pretty simple at this point as long as I get all the factors and do that correctly. So 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 2 on the bottom is 2. We should not leave it as an improper fraction. The top number is larger than the bottom, so let's go ahead and make a mixed number out of it, 1 and 1/2. Alright? Okay, now you can see that canceling really works well in this example because the numbers are so large. I do not want to have to do 15 times 6 and 24 times 25. I could, but then I'd have to simplify larger numbers. So 15 and 25. A common factor there would be 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. Now I look at the 24 and the 6. Again, choose the biggest factor, not 2, not 3, how about 6 itself? So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 24 divided by 6 leaves 4. Now just helpful to take another glance here, 3, 1, 4, and 5. Alright, looks like we got all of our canceling done. So on the top, 3 times 1 is 3, and 4 times 5 is 20. Now if we do it correctly, we should not have to simplify or reduce it any further. My answer there is 3/20. All right, what about these last two examples where we have a whole number times a fraction? Well, 5 over 4, yeah, I can make it into a mixed number, but let's wait on that. Let's look at 16. Let's make a fraction out of that. Now, if it's a whole number, the 1 goes underneath, 16 over 1. Big difference between that and 1 over 16. Okay, you want to put the whole number over 1. So don't forget canceling here. 4 and 16 have a common factor of 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Let's see what's left. 5 times 4 is 20. 1 times 1 is 1 on the bottom. And it goes back to a whole number, 20. All right, so 5/4 of 16 is actually 20. It gives us a bigger number. So in the last example, 5 is really 5 over 1. Compare the 5 and the 7. There's no common factors there, and the 4 and the 1, same thing. Let's go ahead and multiply straight across. 20 over 7. Now you need to make a mixed number out of it. How many times does 7 go into 20? Not quite 3. It goes 2 times, because 7 times 2 is 14. So how far off of 20 am I from 14? 6. There's a remainder of 6 that goes on the top. Keep the same denominator of 7. 2 and 6/7. All right, thank you for watching. All right, there you have it. I invite you to go to my website now, MathPowerLine.com, or email me or give me a call. The way I work best with students is live online in my classroom. So if I can help you in any way, answer some specific questions, the first lesson with me is free as I show you how everything works. All right, study hard,